Okay, we are live. All right.
Everyone.
So this is get more of a planning meeting, I guess, to decide what agile methodology we're going to use, and to kind of lay out our work for the semester.
Yeah.
Have you guys had a chance to read up a bit on a couple different methodologies?
Yeah.
All right. Any ones that stuck out in particular?
Three of them can say like this. It's Kanban, or I don't know how to put it in English. Kanban, Scrum, and Scrumban.
Okay. And Brian?
Yeah, so one of them was Kanban. Then I also was looking at disciplined agile delivery and agile unified process, but I think it would be better to use the Kanban out of those three.
Huh, okay. I
Greg?
actually didn't read Kanban. I read Scrum. I read about adaptive software development, extreme programming. Let me just scan over Kanban real quick.
It's pretty interesting.
Huh. I like it.
I used that once when in the last time that I took the class, I think I used that one. No, we used Scrum because we had to meet every day, but this time I don't think it will be too easy to do that.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay. Huh. Okay, I'll have to read up a bit more on this just so we can all be on the same page. But cool, so we'll use Kanban. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Seeing as how I didn't read it, can one of you or both of you kind of explain how it works?
But this,
Yeah. Go ahead, Brian.
I found like a website online well, you really have like a board where you put all your tasks and due dates for everything. So once anyone completes one task, you get that out of there and move it to the category like completed. And you do that with all of those, like you put like note cards, something like that, or sticky notes. And there's an online version of that, so you could do that also. So it looks similar to what you would do in real life.
Like Jira.
I don't remember which one.
Have you guys heard of Trello?
What?
Trello.
Yeah,
Trello.
I used that one.
Yeah, that I actually use that for work right now. But that is super good with the whole columns and cards or sticky notes kind of a principle. We could use that. That'd be effective, I think.
Yeah, so one of the practices is like visualize, limit the work in process so you don't get too much to do and accomplish just a little. And so it would be easier to complete one task or a few tasks that you know that you could do in a certain amount of time, and it will be easier to just finish and everything. So just makes it easier.
Okay. Would you want to use Trello as our source or form of organization?
Why
Yeah.
not? Also, if we'll have questions, you can explain how it works because you are familiar with it.
Sure. Let me take a second, if that's okay, and show you how I use it for work. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Um,
good.
Screen share real quick. All right. Why isn't it working? Do you guys see anything?
No.
Not yet.
All right. Boards, screen to share. Come on. There we go.
I
You guys see it
see.
now? Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. So let me just go to, let's see. For instance, I work on an app right now. And these are our columns, I guess, the way we've organized all the issues that present themselves on the app that we use. So first thing we do is go through and list all of the bugs. Okay. So we can make cards or sticky notes. I'm just going to write test card. And you click on it, and you can add tons of things. So we can add members. We can add members of our team to the card, so it's their responsibility. We can tag it as, for instance, I use red as important.
By colors.
By color, yeah. We can add certain things like checklists. So test checklist. And we can add things, list bugs, add. And we can check them off as we go. So like we can put on our each card for, let's say, Java collections, we can write down, okay, arrays, maps, sets, and check them off as the individual studied them. Or we can put on checklists for things we need to do for each subject. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So it's pretty nifty. We can also add files. So we can add the code that we've done to these specific Trello posts. And then we can set due dates for ourselves. So most of our work we're going to probably want to do in 1 week, right?
Yeah.
So we can just set due dates for those, so we'll get reminders throughout the week. And we can have either by week, by subject, however we want to organize it. Then we can just move them over. So when I'm working on a bug, I move it in progress. And then I move it to completed when it's done, and tested and verified when it's completed all the way.
I like it.
I think this would be a really cool tool to use. What I can do is I can go ahead and set up a Trello board for us. And if you can just write your email here in the chat,
Yeah.
I can go ahead and add you as members to the Trello board. And then maybe on Monday or Tuesday, we can meet up and go through and decide how we want to organize it, or do we want to do that now?
I think what's better because it is just three of us, and we are waiting for Adam and for Bill. So I don't know what's better, or just start to work on it right now.
I
What do you think?
I think we probably shouldn't wait for Adam.
Yeah.
He's a week and change late now to this class, so my personal opinion is that he'll just jump in with us, and whatever we've chosen to do, he'll do. Obviously, we'll accept his input later on, but for right now, we are leading the group, if you will.
Do you know him?
I don't know him.
Okay.
What are your thoughts? Do you feel like we should wait, or should we continue?
We
Continue.
continue.
Okay. All right. Would you want to go through and kind of organize our Trello board right now, or do we want to get together another time and do that?
It would be easier just to start doing that right now.
Okay.
Right now.
All right. Let me then just go in, and it'll take me a minute or so to go ahead and
Minutes.
create everything.
And if you want, you can share your screen with us so we can see the process.
Yeah, sure. You're going to see me create my account. Actually,
No.
wait on that for 1 second.
How is your health?
Good. Create no account. Okay, there we go. Now my account's created.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. Okay, let's do screen 2 then. There we go. All right. So let's see, new team. All right, members. Add by name or by email. Let's add Vicky. All right, and Vicky, if you can check your email.
Yeah, I will right now.
I'm not sure if you'll need to accept. Oh, wow, you're already a member on Trello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Just
I
don't
just
even
added
remember.
you as well. Okay, so I've added both of you.
Mm-hmm.
If you can check your emails to see what, I mean, if you've gotten emails for this or.
I have already.
You have?
Open it. It is so slow. I don't know why.
I should probably add Brother Larson too.
Have his, yeah, you have, because it is your second when you're.
Do you know if he has an email address that he uses for all this, like his staff one? Does he use that one?
Like BYU or
Yeah, his BYU email. Does he use that one?
he used.
Mm,
Just a couple seconds before I can share
Yeah, let me stop.
email with us. Give me a second.
Let's see if I can. I'll just send him an invite then as well. Have him part of our board. Does that sound okay?
Yeah. Did you find his email?
Yeah, I found it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have Adam. I don't know Adam's email though. Let's see, Adam Halverson. Adam Halverson. I'll shoot him an email. We'll see if we can't get him to join on this thing. Okay, so let's make sure we get everyone set up first. Vicky, you're still checking your email?
It's
Okay.
so slow. I don't know why. Like, stopped. Sorry.
No problem. Brian, were you able to log into Trello?
Yeah.
Could you try to change your name? Right now it's Bria. Could you just change it to your first and last name? It'd be easiest.
Yeah.
I'm almost there.
Okay.
Does it have a password?
No.
Trello.
All right.
Put it in. So, a couple of seconds and I will be there.
Okay.
I'm here to click add part of this team.
Yeah. You want to make sure you add yourself as part of the team.
Because I have, so it's interesting. To type my name and email and to create a new account where I can I'm creating an account.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, perfect.
So I see the dash, like the name, sorry, give me a second. Мамусь, я сейчас с классом разговариваю, то я тебе перезвоню позже, хорошо? Все, пока.
It's pretty cool.
So I see the dash, CIT360, Java class, members, settings, business class. What do I need to click?
That's it for right now. What I
Okay.
was thinking we could do now is go through and create the boards or
Yeah, let's do that.
the way we want to organize things.
Your screen with us so we can see how to do that.
Okay. So
And we can follow you.
okay, there's a couple ways to do it. Either you can on the dash create a new board, or click on the boards on the top left, create a new board, and
create, yeah, I see.
I'm just going to put test.
Title.
Okay, so now the board is the column. Okay, and then I can add individual ones in here, oh, come on, save. Oh, just kidding. Let me start over. The board is the name of the entire group that we're going to work with. So we have our CIT360 member group, and then the board is completely something separate. So we could have a board for Java collections. We could have a board for each subject if we wanted to. We can have a board for each week. It's just a way of grouping things. And then we make our own lists inside of those. Right? And then you can add cards, which are actual things we need to do, for instance. And any of you can do this. I've given all of you admin privileges. Let me go back and check real quick, actually.
That's
However,
good.
do I go back to the team? Come on. Oh, I gotta add you? Really? Interesting. All right. So do you guys see this on your end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only difference what I have is in Russian. And I will try to find it.
So let's see.
So like I think it's better to have in English. So like it's much easier to follow you. The things seem not different sometimes. Like
Yeah.
I said dash and you have board, so it's different.
So my question.
The stuff in Russian.
By the way, your Russian's pretty cool. Hearing that in the background when you were talking on the phone.
Yeah.
Brian,
It's
do you speak?
interesting.
I'm guessing you speak Spanish, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Like hola, ¿cómo estás?
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Have you any of you or have either of you thought about how we want to organize our semester?
The idea then we can organize by weeks. We can see our progress and also by topics like collections and threads. And we last time I mean we decided that each week we will everyone will have a topic each other and do that like in no three teams sans themes I mean
Okay.
so if we will do that the first time with give me a second. So like we have a list with it says in combine how much time that online resources are not helpful with learning the UML for this. And we have a list with 15 topics. Like it says first Java collections, second threads, third application control pattern. Greg told us that only 11 is topics that we need to learn, and other stuff is diagrams. So if we will the 11 topics till the end of October, we will be on the this course so we can work on diagrams.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
So pretty much we do all the code topics first, is what you're saying?
And sorry, I didn't hear you.
What you're saying is we do all of the code topics first?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think getting that out of the way would be best. To do that, Brian, you said that the UML takes a while.
Yeah, especially the sequence diagram and what are the state diagrams. Because the use case and the other use case documents, there are 2 or 3 of those that are really easy, that doesn't take too much time,
Mm-hmm.
but 2 of them take too long, even
Okay.
more than 1 week.
Okay. So then
And also we need this. Sorry,
go ahead.
letter. No, you.
I was just thinking, so we talked a bit about what we want to do and how we want to do it. How do we want to organize it? If you look at the screen, I just put together this real quick where we can list all of our topics
Yeah.
here. So we'll list everything, right? And
Yeah.
then we can put here in progress what topics are being studied that week.
Uh-huh.
And then we can move them to whatever field they're in. So they'll be an all in disagree because we're all a strongly disagree right now. They'll all be in disagree
Yes,
so we can kind
exactly.
of keep track of what field, what level of fluency we have in them, as well as keep track of, I guess, making sure that everything's over there, that we're
Mm-hmm.
working on all of them, and then keeping status updates. Do either of you see a better way or an easier way we can make um, lists for each week? So just do like week 1,
Uh-huh.
week 2, and then add all the topics we want to study for those weeks? Or do you have any thoughts on how we want to organize it?
We can make, like you said, that we can have boards. So
Okay.
for the first board, we can have like topics, like as you said, in progress, disagree, agree, and strongly disagree. And for the second board, for example, we can have week 1, week 2, and so on. Does it
So
make sense?
create like a board here, like a whole new thing.
Yeah.
So week 1.
Because it will be hard to have on the first board with weeks. So it will be like a mass.
Right.
Better to have 2 boards.
Okay. Brian, how did you guys organize it last time you used this?
It was a mess. We just used 1 board.
Okay. So then maybe we use multiple boards like Vicky's saying?
Well, we could use, I don't know if we should use 1 for each member, exactly like that one for the disagree, agree, and strongly
For all
agree.
of us.
All of us, yeah, but there are a lot of topics and it will be huge. So I would say that we should have each of us 1 board like that, and 1 board for the whole group that includes like all the topics with the due dates.
Okay. Let's see here. So then we could do something like, let me just make sure I'm following what you're saying here, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so something like this, a board for each of us,
Yeah.
and
Is it what
then
you mean?
we have a team board, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, and then on the team board we have the list of all the topics.
Yeah. So you include
And
all the
progress,
who's,
disagree, and strongly agree.
so you could have who's doing what, and maybe set up due dates for the team board.
Okay.
Is it
Okay.
another board, like a column?
Where's that here? So if we have set up like this, we could list all of our topics, and then we can simply copy them
Mm-hmm.
to our specific board whenever we take them.
Uh-huh.
So I
Okay.
can copy the card to Greg, and I can pick the list. I don't have any lists. And then I can copy it over there. The only
And
problem
paste.
is keeping the ones on the team board and keeping the ones on the personal board updated, because I don't think they're going to link. Does it make sense?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And you will put a check mark on the topics.
Yeah, we can do check marks on the topics. It's unfortunate that there's no way to print JSON.
Someone is crying.
Yeah. Yeah, my son isn't too happy right now. Okay, so I
Do you have
like.
2 sons or a son and daughter?
I'm sorry? What was your question, Vicky?
Do you have 2 sons or son and daughter?
A son and a daughter.
Good.
Yeah, and they're plenty loud.
That's good.
Yeah.
It means they are alive.
Who needs music, right? When you have this, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only concern I have about an organization like this is keeping all of the cards updated. So if I have one here and I copy this
Mark.
to hold on, I can't do it yet. I have to have a list. All right. So if I copy this, we'll say I don't want test card, Java collections, right? And we've added what subjects. We've made this card look good. I copy it to me. Okay. Now I go to mine, and it's there. But let's say I update it here. It's not gonna. Yeah, I made a comment. Yeah, you can comment. I can tag you. So, for instance, I want to tag Vicky. I can tag you in this specific one, or I can tag Brian in this specific one. There's a lot of really cool things you can do with this. But my
We just need to
concern
play with it.
is, yeah, when I update it here in mine, it's not going to update this one here in team.
Do you know how to do it? Column or how to make it, how to update all of them at the same time.
I'm not sure. I can look into that. I don't think that's possible, but I will check and see. Unless, Brian, do you know if that's doable?
I don't know.
Yeah, so I will check.
If you will not find a solution, we can use colors. So, like as you said, that we can different colors. So, for example, we can decide between house that, for example, green, it is like I copy it to my to-do list or wherever, like we will decide like the labels for something.
Okay.
Give me a second. My mom came, like I just want to tell her a couple things.
Okay.
I'll be back.
What are your thoughts, Brian?
Well, I think since it's a little bit confusing, let's just have one board. And because if we have too many boards,
I'm
we'll
here.
get confused and we wouldn't know which one to use. So let's just use at least one board and include all the due dates and use colors for each one, and yeah, checklist also.
Okay. I think the one board would be easier for everyone instead of having a board for each person.
Yeah.
As long as we organize it properly, I think it can be done so it's not a mess.
And as I said, we can use colors. For example, if we will choose colors for ourselves, so we will know that it's Brian, it's Greg, and it's me.
Okay. Along with colors, we can assign specific cards to people. So,
Yeah.
Vicky, let's say you have Java Collections. You're now a part of this card. That is your card. See the VB? And we can always do a color as well if we wanted to. So let's say Vicky's green.
Do that.
Something like that to decide whose card is whose card.
For me, it's better red.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so for example, so this being the case, we won't need these. How do I delete this thing
Delete
now?
them.
All right, I'll delete that later. So do we want to do something like this then? Just as we can assign it weekly in our meetings, who has what this week?
Yes, because we will meet next week, so we need to decide what we will do for the next meeting.
Okay. All right, so for now then, we can just add, where's the list of this stuff I have? We can just add all of these in there.
Last one is application controller pattern.
All right, let's see.
Did it. All topics.
So some of these things I've already done. So for example, I've done Java collections, I've done servlets, I've done Java beans, I've done QCJSON. I've done those last time I took this class, but I've also taken a couple other classes where I had to use the same kind of technologies. So these are all of our topics.
Yeah.
That we have.
Put also diagrams, as I see.
So use case diagrams, documents, state diagrams, and sequence diagrams. All the diagrams are at the bottom.
Yeah, I see.
Okay. And then I guess, so every week we want to meet and assign topics for that week. Is there a specific order in which we want to do them? Just go down the list?
And Brian said that have our own topic. Do you remember you told us that we can teach each other and have our own topics?
Yeah, so this is where we choose a couple of topics to each one, so we teach each other. And after that, we have to make our own topic, make our own sandbox code also.
Right. So, for example, let's say, Brian, you have Java collections, I have threads, and Vicky, you have the application control pattern, right? For this next week. We'll move all those to in progress,
In a progress.
right? Because we're working on them that week. And then let's say, Brian, you have code you want to upload. You can attach it here, either if you have it on Google Drive, or you can upload it from your
Dropbox.
computer, Dropbox, or even paste your GitHub. We can just paste the GitHub URL here.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we can attach that so we can open up and see the code that you've written. And it's also linked here so that Brother Larson can look at it if he wants to.
Yeah.
Now,
And
another...
can you explain a little bit what do we need to do for the first week for our assignment? Like, for example, in Java collections, what do we need to do for it?
Okay, so he doesn't really
Because
tell
I will
us.
teach you, I need to know what I need to do.
He won't tell you.
Yeah, he's not going to tell us what we have to do. If you look at the, where is it? He gives us a course. So you go to week 2. Objectives for this week are this. These are the objectives for this week. Okay, we've done this. We've selected Kaban or Kanab. I can't remember what it's called. We're working on creating a schedule, and then we're going to start working towards our schedule, which will start next week. So this week we're on task. Now, when it comes to week 3 through 10, or all the other weeks, we pretty much go on our own. He says, meet with your team, make sure we're following our team schedule, and we got to prepare our fluency evidence, meaning once we've accomplished fluency in certain subjects, we go to him and say, hey, this is done. And we have to prove it by explaining it or creating a little video or something like that explaining it. Anyways, he doesn't tell us what to do. So, for instance, Java collections. Have you ever heard of Java collections before? Sorry, Vicky, I didn't hear you.
Yeah. It's map, sat.
Yeah. Yep. And so I'm not sure if he says anything in his rubric about, I know when I took the class in person, there was actually a requirement that you had to do like one set, one map, and yeah, here we go. So in Java collections, you need to do one of each. So one map, one list, one set, one tree. Doesn't matter if it's an array list, a tree map, whatever. You just got to have 3 of them. It can be any of them. QCJSON, you have to make sure you actually use the library, and we can talk about sandbox code next week. Brian, you remember sandbox code, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure if, Vicky, if you're familiar with sandbox code or not, but maybe next week we can take some time to explain what it is to Vicky. That way she doesn't spend all the time we spent trying to figure out what it is.
Yeah, and also
it will be great.
We should probably help each other for like the setting up for, well, including all the JSON, like easy JSON libraries, because maybe we could we could forget how to do that. And same
Yeah.
thing with installing and setting up like for the HTTP URL. So we will need to get the MySQL and Tomcat and all that, and that takes a while too.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, if we're going to be this interactive as a group, we may want to meet more than twice a week.
Yeah.
If we're going to want to help each other out and meet more often and things like that, which I'm totally okay with, we're going to want to meet at least 3 times a week, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So is it okay with you two if we keep our 9 o'clock time and do Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m.?
Yeah.
Okay. Vicky?
Yes. 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 I said yes.
Okay. Sorry, I can't hear you sometimes. It skips out.
I know. I feel the same.
Okay. So that being the case, then let's go ahead and we'll meet on Monday at 9 a.m. next. And we can start by getting our bearings set on what the Kanban, how we want to use Kanban. Sorry, my son's not happy. What the Kanban development cycle is and how we're going to use it. And then also we can go in depth and what IDE or development tools do you two use?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What IDEs or coding applications do you use?
Sorry again.
So when you're coding with Java, you usually use an
Yeah.
IDE or
Yeah.
application to help you code. Um, he recommends IntelliJ. There's
Intelligent and NetBeans.
NetBeans, yes. I'm not sure if he recommends NetBeans or not. I know that's one
But
of the IDEs.
I'm okay with IntelliJ
Oh,
because I have
cool.
used it before.
Awesome. Brian, have you used IntelliJ before?
Yeah, I used it, and I'm still using it because I'm trying to play with my code that I did from last year.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, perfect. So it looks like we'll use IntelliJ. Because you're students, I hope you know you can get a free version of it, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I think I have it.
Okay. If you don't, we can go through and get it. But I
But
guess
it's
on...
installed on my computer.
Okay. It is or it is not?
It is.
Okay, good. All right, then we'll meet up on Monday. Let's read up on the Kanban methodology, and then we
What
can
is our
assign
homework?
our homework, right?
Our homework. I just need to create a list. What do I need to do to be prepared to our meeting?
Right.
It's very important for me because if I don't have nothing, I will come with nothing.
Okay, let's see. Let's do homework. Let's make sure I didn't read the Kanban, so I'm going to read up on the Kanban to figure out what it is. But do we want to assign out topics to read up on them over the weekend if we have time?
Yeah.
Okay. So then let's just start with the first 3. Java collections.
Monday or just for the whole week? When we will teach them? And Friday?
What do you think? When do you think we should
Well,
start teaching?
I think we should probably teach at least one thing on maybe on Monday, So
Uh-huh.
on Wednesday, so the other members of the group have time to do their own sandbox of whatever you taught, so they know how to do that on their own. And they also teach one thing on Wednesday, and then on Friday the other ones that were supposed to learn that from the member that, for example, if I start on Monday, then you do your sandbox and maybe explain that on Wednesday, so you could also change it to disagree, both of you. And then on Wednesday, one of you do another topic, and on Friday, one of us or one of you teaches another one. No, I mean, on Friday, the one that taught us will continue to do that for Monday, but we will do our own sandbox on Friday for the topic that we learned on Wednesday. So
Okay.
that way we have at least 3 topics for 1 week, all of us.
Okay, now the goal each week is each one of us passes these 3 subjects off. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Okay, that's going to mean that we all need to do our own sandbox code.
yeah.
So I think what you're saying, Brian, is let's say Monday we come and you teach Java collections and you show us your sandbox code for Java collections.
Yeah.
Tuesday we come and Vicky, you tell us about application control patterns, and then we
On Wednesday.
also on Wednesday. And then we also show our own sandbox code for Java collections. Is that what you were saying, Brian?
Yeah.
Okay. So the person that teaches shows their sandbox code on that day, and then the other 2 or 3, if Adam joins us, show their sandbox code for that topic the next time we meet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we could
Okay.
help each other so everyone knows everything together at the same time and not get behind.
Right.
I see.
What do we feel comfortable with this, with the layout?
You will just on Monday explain what is sandbox,
Yeah.
so I will be familiar with it.
Okay. So Monday, I guess explain and lay out Kanban. Explain what sandbox code is, because it can be kind of interesting to understand. And then we'll do our first subject on Monday.
Yeah, the Java collections. And also you said that we need to choose not the method, but the way how we will use the Kanban.
Yeah, we need to make sure we use Kanban methodology. We can't just say, well, we like this one, but we're not going to use it. Brother Larson has to see that we are using that methodology.
Yeah.
So maybe on Monday we can reevaluate what we've currently set up to make sure that it's in line with the Kanban methodology.
Yeah.
I guess, who wants what topics? I think we should do these 3 first. They don't have to be in this order. Are there any volunteers? Does anyone want to do Java collections?
Example, like I cannot teach you on Monday because I'm not ready. I just need an example how to do that.
Right. Okay. So then maybe Brian or I should take Java collections or threads first. That way we can kind of give an example, seeing as how we've done the class before. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah, I can do Java collections this time.
Okay. So Brian, Java collections on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
By 9 a.m. Okay. And then I guess, Vicky, this week, do you want to do application control pattern, or do you want to learn about threads and executors and runnables?
Take threats.
You'll take threads? Okay. And do you want to present on Friday or on Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Okay. And then I'll take application control pattern then.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll present on, where is it? On Friday. Okay. Does that sound all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Cool. We'll meet up on Monday then, 9 o'clock, and we'll go over those things. I'll just do, I'm trying to think, where can we keep notes on our meetings? Like somewhere we can see what we need to do for the next meeting.
Do we have a place to put our notes somewhere? Because, for example, if we will do this in here, we will lose them. Everything what we have, we will lose.
Right.
So we need to have somewhere else.
Okay.
Another place. There are thoughts and notes.
Yeah. What if we used Google Doc
Yeah.
and just kind of wrote out every time? Let's see if we did. Let me share my screen again. Man, my son is not happy. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. We can create a folder, new folder, draw. And
If we just do something like, yeah. Okay, and today was 9/23/16.
Can you share that document with us so we can put our notes there too?
Let me actually share with you guys right now.
Of our emails. Yeah. Perry.
All right. There we go. So you should have it now. So research, Kanban methodology. And Brian present on Sandbox Code. Is that about right? Do we see anything else we need to add?
Let's see. No.
Okay. So you two should be added to this. So feel free to add notes or change things. All right. Sounds good. Let's meet up again on Monday morning at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.